Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to part 2 of how to create or start your own Fivem server for beginners. If you guys haven't watched part 1 yet, please do yourselves a favor and go watch it. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Or, as you guys can see, on top there will be another tab that's popping up right now that you guys can just click on and it will take you to that video. You guys can finish watching this video, and at the end of this video there will be another link to watch part 1. So yeah, guys, again, just a reminder, if you guys have any questions, any suggestions, things that I haven't touched on in part 1 or part 2, please guys, just drop me a comment on what you guys actually want to see on the next video, or you guys can just join my Discord and we can do a one-on-one. There will also be time codes in the description, so you guys can always just skip to the parts that will suit you best. So yeah, before we jump into it, guys, so this part 2 will be focusing on just a little bit of how to use your admin menu, TX admin menu in your admin menu, and we're going to set keybinds for those menus, because it's very important that you understand those menus to be able to customize your server. But I'm not going to go into detail now. We'll go into detail as we progress. But the first thing I actually want to do before we start anything else is just change the language for the server and the flag. So just to show you guys quickly, you guys can see here's all the flags for the different servers, and also now you can see German is Germany. So, and you get British English, then you know, okay, this is a British server, but they do speak English. Sometimes you get the Italian server that says Italian, but they speak English. So yeah, we're going to be doing that right now. So to start off with that, guys, just close Fivem. Open up your server folder, tx data, core, and server. All right. So then you guys are going to look for the one that says sets local, and here's a small description on what you guys can enter in there. So you guys can see there, English United States. Not sure about this one. There is also a website I want to show you guys quickly. That has the basic languages and country. So for instance, you see here's Germany, so it's Germany's DE, and to speak German or Dutch will be DE. So the first one will be the language and the second one will be the flag. So here you've got United States English, so English is the language and United States is the flag, and so on and so forth. You guys can always just Google this if you're not sure what is your local or your language, which I think you guys should know. So in my case, my language will be English. However, my flag will be South Africa because I'm from South Africa. So that will be ZA. You say file and you say save. So guys, this part is very important. You know, like I've explained to you guys, that sometimes it's best to just restart your server. But in this case, guys, I have seen it on many occasions that when I do restart my server, especially with changing your language and your flag, it doesn't always appear. So to cut out spending so much time trying to do all these steps, we're going to go straight to the core, and you're going to close your command prompt, which is your server. You're going to close it up. Then you're going to open up your XM controller. You're going to right click on it. You're going to stop your Apache. You're going to right click on it and you're going to stop your MySQL. Or you can just double click on this and you can open up the panel itself. All right. So we've changed our language just to make sure our language has changed and our flag is entered. All right. And just to make 100% sure, we're just going to hit F5 for a few times just to refresh that. And then we're going to hit F5 here as well just to refresh that, and just for the sake of it, refresh like that. So we've done that. And we're going to start Apache, and then we're going to start MySQL. I'm just waiting for that to finish loading. Start MySQL. And then we're going to close this up. We're going to start our server up. There we go. We're going to minimize this, and then we're going to open up Fivem. You guys can see it's still not showing, which means we're probably going to have to do it the long way. Let me just refresh it again. Let's try Fivem again. So yeah, guys, it happens that it means then you have to restart your server again, close your command prompt. You have to literally do this a few times. Sometimes it works immediately, sometimes it doesn't. We're just going to close it up again, refresh a few times, just make 100% sure again that we put in the correct things, which is set local. We've got English and we've got South Africa. All right, so that's perfectly fine. We're going to refresh here a few times. I'm going to close it up, and then let's start up the server again. Okay, server's running. I'm going to minimize that, and we're going to open up Fivem. But I can guarantee that it will definitely show. You just need to restart and reset and all those stuff until you see it. And as you guys can see, it is showing. Alright, so now let's just log into the server, and I'll see you guys once we are in our server. Alright guys, last location and confirm. Alright guys, so I've chosen this location for a reason. But yeah, without any further ado, let's jump straight to it. So first thing we need to understand or know is your Txadmin and your admin menu. So to open up that, now I've shown this in part 1, but I'll do it again. So it's T/admin, and then you'll get your admin menu, and I'll go through this menu quickly. So you got your admin options. I would suggest that you guys don't go in here, because if you go in here, you're gonna start being invincible. This is just you using admin powers, which I just think it's unfair, especially if you now start playing. But if it's for educational purposes, if it's for testing out things and so on, by all means you can use this. So no clip makes you move around, so you use your mouse and then your buttons. You guys can see I've added some overlays on the screen so that you guys can have a look at what I'm doing. Okay, so no clip, there we go. Revive, this is now, so all this is based on you. So revive myself, I can be invincible, I can be god mode, and I can show names. So then your players around you, you'll be able to see their names, which you shouldn't do that. And obviously you deactivate blips and activate blips and spawn weapons, which I think you shouldn't do that. So like I said, this is only for when you're testing out things, and if you want to mess around, but not when you're like into the role play. All right, play management, this is also the, I think this for me, this is the second most important part. Is so you'll have all your players listed down here. Once you click on your player, you can kill that player, you can revive that player, you can freeze that player so the player can't move anywhere, you can spectate that player, you can go to that player, or you can bring that player to you. You can sit in that player's vehicle, you can even open up the player's inventory. So this will be your inventory and this will be the player's inventory. And the other important thing is give clothing menu. So for instance, you will get players that's new to RP, that's new to roleplay, that's new to server, and they might just choose a default model like this one's. The problem with this models is that you cannot change the clothes on these models. It should always be on the free mode. You guys can see here. It should always be free mode 1 or the number 1. All right. I'm just going to cancel this because we don't want to save our character. You can kick a player from the server. You can ban a player from a server, or if you click on the player permission, you can give the player different permissions. So I'm going to give this player an admin permission, and this is only for the time that he's or she's being in the server. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to press escape, and that's the player management. Server management. So there's not much that you can do here because the server will change its time, the weather by automatically, but you can do it manually, especially if you have an event or you just want to spice things up. Server management, weather options, we're going to go for heavy snow, and then we're going to set the time to, let's say, 6 in the morning. Okay, let's make it 8 in the morning, and there you go. This is literally just to change the weather inside your server. There is a lot of scripts out there that can do this for you, and it also comes with a lot of different other nice things. Right, so for now we're just going to say clear, and now we're going to go to vehicles. So yeah, you can spawn a vehicle. Now let's spawn ourselves a vehicle. Actually, let's do this emergency. Let's go with lifeguard. And so you spawn this vehicle, but this vehicle doesn't belong to you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna buy this vehicle, so this vehicle belongs to you. Again, guys, this is not the way to go. You have to work your way up, buy vehicle with your in-game money. All right, you can fix a vehicle, you can move the vehicle, and so on. Dealer list, not that important unless you have a dealer in your server. And then so like I said, this is the important part is player management, which is number 2, and number 1 is your developer option. So guys, this tab or this part you will use the most, especially when it comes to you modding your server, changing things inside your server. You're going to be using the vector 3, you're going to be using the vector 4. You can display your cohorts. This is not that important. This will just show the vehicles. You guys can see at the bottom, just the vehicles, engine health, body health, and so on and so forth. That's not important. I hardly use this. And then no clip, like I said again, guys, you can move around. And entity worldview, free aim. So this is just again, let's just get out here. So this is just again, if you want to set up things, you can just move this around. It will give you that object's information. Just remove that. You got display vehicles, display pets, and display objects. But I hardly use those stuff. The only stuff I use in here is a free mode, and that's it. Right, so again, guys, developer options is the thing that you'll use the most. And as time goes on, guys, you won't be able to use you'll be so good in this that you won't use the admin menu, because then you'll use shortcuts and you'll use your keybinds as well. For instance, you see you can copy vector 3, vector 4, but you can also do a T/vector 3 and it will copy that vector, or vector 4, or whatever the case may be. The same with T/Txadmin. This is just no clip, same thing. And then spawn, fix vehicle, heal yourself, heal everyone. So this is also menu that you might use a lot. If you press tab, it will open up all your players that's online. You can click on the player, and again, the same thing as the admin menu. You can go into that player, you can bring that player to you, can spectate that player, you can heal that player, you can even send that player a message. You can warn that player, you can kick that player, or you can give him admin. You can make that player drunk, set fire, or just a wild attack. There's an info about the player, the player's ID, the history, and ban if there's any bans, or if you want to apply a ban. As you guys can see here, a week ban, a 2 days ban, and the reason, foul play or breaking character, whatever, and apply the ban. So we're not going to do that. And then tab again, and then this is just your Txadmin. So this is the same as the one that you do on the internet. It's exactly the same. This one is just in-game. So got your resources, everything that's running inside your server, and so on and so forth. All right, but we'll leave this for another day. But for now, I'm going to go to main menu and we're going to add backspace. So you don't want to every time say d/txadmin or d/admin and then use the menus. So I've got keybinds for those menus. For F11 is for my admin menu, and then F12, which is not assigned yet, I actually removed it, is for my Txadmin. So for you to give yourself a keybind, it's very, very easy, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Let me just do this quickly. Okay, you guys can see pressing F2, Txadmin is not opening up. So F8. Sorry guys, you guys won't have the errors that I had previously because yeah, I configured my things a little bit. So again, you're gonna say bind space keyboard space F2 because it's the key that we want to use, and we want that key to be set to Txadmin, and we're gonna hit enter. I'm gonna close it up, and there you go. Same with F11, you're gonna say bind space keyboard space F11 space admin, and then you're gonna hit enter, and then you'll have your admin menu set on your keybinds, which is F11. I will also leave a link for all this information in the description down below, so you guys can always just read through that stuff. Just to show you guys quickly, this will be the link, and this is where you can get all your sort of console binds, how to use your binds, server manual, and so on. Like I said, your Fivem docs, this is your bread and butter. This will explain everything in writing, how to do things in your server. I'm gonna stop it right here, guys, and then in part 3 I'll be showing you guys how to use those menus, your Txadmin menu and your admin menu, to configure your city. And what I mean by that is to change locations, move things around. And yeah, in the next part 3 we'll be looking at modifying your server. Guys, if you enjoyed this, if this was helpful, guys, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, guys, please do give me a follow, turn on that notification bell so you guys are notified every time I upload a new video. I know in the beginning I said there's a few things that I wanted to do in this video, but I think I'll leave that for part 3, as this has already been 20 minutes and I don't want to give you guys a lot of information at once. So watch this through, play around with the settings until you're comfortable, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. KS Gaming out.